Obiru, now canon. If you remember this guy, he was the guy that King Kai introduced to Goku, who fought against Pikkon in the Otherworld tournament. He's now canon, and we finally got a new chapter of Dragon Ball Super that I want to get into. But let's get into this right away. So, Obiru, if you remember, King Kai introduced him. He's a hero from the North Galaxy, from Earth specifically. And he says that a lot of the legends of Earth and a lot of TV shows were based on him. He's basically like the Hercules of the Dragon Ball Earth, and now he's canon. Now think about the implication of that. That means that Pikkon's probably canon now, that maybe all the other characters in that arc are canon, and that's amazing. Now, obviously the Hell can't be canon because we saw with Frieza it's different, but if any certain things are canon from that arc or certain characters, that would be dope. Could that mean that Grand Kai is canon? Think about that. That would be amazing. I'd love to see that. So in the museum here that we see Goten and Trunks go to for their school trip, we also see Master Mutaito, Master Roshi's master, who sealed King Piccolo. And, of course, they say here that, he didn't get credit for that. And that's true. He didn't. And he does still, he gets credit here as the statue. But remember, he's the boss who created the evil containment wave. He's the badass. Honestly, he's the original Z Warrior, and I'm kind of glad that he's getting some recognition here because he's epic. And, I would love to see him in some of the games, too. Like, he's just an epic character. And maybe throw in Crane Hermit, but this dude definitely needs to be in there because he's the guy who trained Crane and Master Roshi, and really Dragon Ball wouldn't be Dragon Ball without him. Now, of course, Hercule's in here. He scammed his way to the top, getting in here for defeating Cell. And then we got Goku in here, and, they got his hair right and his outfit, but if you notice, it's Kid Goku, and they forgot his face for some reason. So, Goku, it's kind of funny that, one time he gets credits when he's a kid and they forgot his face. Poor Goku. And then we got Gohan in here. He got some credit, but it's not it's not the Gohan we know. It's the Great Saiyaman Gohan. So, man, come on, Gohan. You gotta, maybe, where's Golden Warrior? I'd like to see Golden Warrior in here. I guess Golden Warrior didn't make it. So then, the field trip continues. And, we get to see them watching an episode of Clean God being filmed. Now, at the beginning of the chapter, we start off where we see them watching an episode where these, evil, Captain Planet aliens show up and they're, spraying poop guns. They have poop guns and they're just spraying poop everywhere, sludge. And a Clean God shows up, beats the guy's ass, but then they spray him with, this stink cannon. And then it's on the next episode... standard Dragon Ball stuff, but Clean God. And they're all excited, and they can't wait for the next episode, and apparently there's going to be a movie. So then they go on the school field trip, they go to the museum, and, everything we just went over. But then after that, they, see them filming an episode of Clean God, which is kind of amazing. Imagine your favorite show getting to watch it be filmed on your school field trip. And then the cops roll up, and apparently there's some criminals that stole some stuff from the museum, and they're disguised as the bad guys in the episode, and they try to take Trunks hostage. Well, and that's a big mistake, and they fuck around, they find out, and Trunks almost reveals his identity, but, they just think that the bad guys had a stomach ache, kind of pulling a Hercule there, but really they didn't. Okay, they got, this guy, he got whacked pretty hard, okay? He got whacked. And then Goten, I don't know, did they grab Goten? I don't even see where is Goten. Yeah, I don't see where Goten went, but, they're about to fight them, but Clean God, the real Clean God shows up, and I was like, what the hell? Clean God's real? And that's kind of Trunks' reaction, and it's yeah, I guess so, I guess it's not that unbelievable, considering that there's so many powerful dudes in Dragon Ball, as we know from the original Dragon Ball, but even Trunks thought he was pretty powerful, so it was okay, who is this dude? So... then, we find out at the end of the chapter when they're going over, well, first they go over, what they saw. They're like, wow, Clean God's real. We got to come up with an outfit. And Goten says, Great Saiyaman, of course, inspiration from his brother. Then they come up with the, Saiyamans that we know, which is kind of cool. X2, X1, which is just, rip off the Gohan's original Saiyaman and Videls. So then Gohan comes home. We find out that Gohan the whole time was Clean God. And it's wow, okay, what a twist. What the twist? And he's, up to his old Saiyaman ways. He's got Hercule here. Old Hercule looking all grandpa now. and Gohan does like a Great Saiyaman pose because he's still in like his Great Saiyaman mode, forgetting that he's a new hero now, and Videl calls him out for it. Then the chapter ends. We see some goons, on a chase, kind of classic biker dudes. Kind of reminds me of the biker dudes that tried to fuck around with 17 and 18 and 16 and got wrecked. And for some reason, this guy's jacket says "Fly Milk." God, I don't know what's going on here. Then there's just like a giant poster of Clean God that they run into, and right behind it, jumping out, is Goten and Trunks, X1 and X2, in the chapter end. So I would give this chapter a solid a 9 out of 10. Again, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 because there's certain things where like I would like a little bit more of like serious chapter, but I always was a sucker for the filler and the comedy and the slice of life stuff. And yeah, I mean, I even liked the last arc. Honestly, a lot of people didn't like it because they thought it was just too much comedy, but I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed the whole Saiyaman arc. Goten and Trunks goes to high school basically. I enjoyed all that, so this is kind of a continuation of that. It would have been cool to see a little bit more Mai. Would have been cool to maybe see some other characters. Maybe see a little bit of Goku and Vegeta, maybe like one panel or something of them training like before. But, it's still a fun chapter. It's still amazing. And this was not really the full return of the manga yet. That's going to happen, I think, in a few months or something like that. But yeah, I'll give this chapter a solid 9.5 out of 10. Wherever you guys are, have a fantastic day and peace out.